Great. So today, and our music's fine? Great, thank you. So today in class, as always, everything that I lead you through is an invitation. So don't feel pressured to make it look like some sort of dance routine or make it have to look perfect. It really doesn't matter how it looks. It just matters how it feels in your body. Great if you feel challenged. It's okay if it's hard. You don't want it to be sharp or painful in your, in your shoulder, in your knee, in any joints. So muscle is fine, even a little shaking is fine, but the actual joints we want to protect. So listen to your voice, priority over my voice. Trust that your body knows what it needs best. Take your time. We'll be going through a 10-minute or so, like 8-minute grounding meditation, seated meditation in the beginning, and then moving into a 55-minute movement practice, ending with a nice long Savasana final relaxation guided meditation. That'll be lying down. Of course, you can do that seated if that feels better for you, but invitation is lying down. Take this off. So we'll get started here in a comfortable seat. I can be in a chair or on the floor. I like sitting in Vrksasana. Okay, not backing up anymore. I like sitting cross-legged on the floor. This is called Vrksasana, easy sitting pose. But this might bring pain to your lower back and some unnecessary tension, in which case you just want to sit up on a block or a folded blanket. That'll get your hips higher than your knees and should alleviate some of that back pain. Not all of it, hopefully all of it. And we'll come to sit with the chest over the hips, head over the heart, nice and tall like there's a string being pulled up from the crown of your head towards the sky. Hands come to rest on the lap, either palms down to ground down. Good morning, Kai. Welcome in, welcome in. Or palms flip open to the sky. We've got a little more energy to give and receive today. Eyes can close if that's comfortable for you. If not, a soft gaze just beyond your legs on the floor is appropriate. And we'll start with 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. The inhale, the shoulders rise up towards the ears, and the exhale, they drop away with a dramatic, audible sigh. And just let the breathing continue in and out through the nose, if that's available, returning to a normal pace. We'll take a moment here to arrive. We'll let go of everything that came before and everything that's to come up after. And just become present to yourself here in this moment, in this space. Beginning to allow sounds into your awareness. Perhaps the sound of morning songbirds or passing traffic just out the window. Maybe the sound of a pet or roommate shuffling around. allowing all sounds in, all part of this moment, this experience. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And the weight, where your body makes contact with the ground below you. Weight of your hands on your knees. And begin to scan the body from head down towards toes, like passing through an X-ray machine, scanning for any points of tension, sensitivity, any restlessness or fidgeting. And just using this information to inform your practice today. Work into the places that call out for your attention. We'll shift the awareness from Annamaya Kosha, the body, to Pranamaya Kosha, the energetic level of ourselves. And just notice, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you energetically? 1 being exhausted, fatigued, ready to crawl back into bed. 10 being so full of energy, it's hard to sit still. And just notice if we show up at the same time for class every morning. Has that number in this past couple weeks shifted for you? Or are you pretty predictably at a 2? You're predictably at an 8. Just take a moment to reflect. If it's not so predictable, what factors might be leading to that energetic outcome? It's no shame, it's not good, it's not bad. It's an opportunity to reflect. And we shift the awareness up to the breath. No need to change it, just observe inhalations, exhalations, whatever space in between. Seated up nice and tall. If you've begun to slouch, just reset. And shifting the awareness up to Manomaya Kosha, the mind. Allowing thoughts and feelings to arise and observing them from a distance. Like an image being projected onto a wall. Notice, what are the quality of the thoughts today? Do they have a positive or a negative tilt to them? Are they ruminating on the past or attempting to predict the future? Not right or wrong, not better or worse, just something to notice. Notice that you can actually watch your thoughts from a distance. Witness your thoughts in the same way you witness your breath or your body. You're at least one step beyond that, deeper than that. You are not your thoughts, your breath, or your body, though they are a part of you. And we'll shift that awareness back down to the breath, entering our pranayama, our breathing practice. This month we're working on Dirga pranayama, 3-part breathing. Every inhale sips in a little more air. And every exhale lets something more go. Inhaling, belly inflates like a balloon, expanding. And exhale, releases air out, pulls belly button in towards spine, deflating. Inhale, fills belly, and ribs expand out to the sides. Exhale, releases ribs and belly. Inhale, fills belly, ribs, and chest, air filling all the way up to the collarbones. Exhale, releases chest, ribs, belly, deflate. Continuing the breath like this, inhaling from bottom to top, exhaling top to bottom. Staying tall in your seat, space between top and bottom teeth, the jaw hangs heavy and loose. This 3-part breath, Dirga pranayama, calms the nervous system, moving us into parasympathetic mode, rest and digest mode. It's an opportunity to build a relationship with the breath. And the next time you exhale, releasing any effort from the breath, just returning to a normal pace. Invite your hands to meet at heart center, palms pressed together, thumbs compress into sternum, no space between the fingers. And consider here setting an intention or a dedication for your practice. It can be the intention you've been working with this whole time, this whole month, or something new might inspire you. We'll seal that intention with the sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. Allow the hands to release to the lap. Chin drops towards chest. And on an inhale, right ear rolls over towards right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. And inhale brings left ear towards left shoulder. Just allowing the head to roll side to side. Good morning, good morning. Welcome in, my friends, my family. We'll bring the head back up through center. Begin to roll the shoulders forward. Good morning, Oya. Good morning, Mom. I'm having you here. Rolling the shoulders forward. Just opening the space in the upper back, neck. We'll do some more neck stuff today. If you missed yesterday, got some good stuff in. Roll the shoulders back. That's Lucy behind me, by the way. She's hiding. But I did not grow a tail, although that would be newsworthy. Nice. All right. So coming to stillness in the center. Lower your hands up, and then just touch where your jawbone ends, for your ears, and then bring the fingers out a couple inches. And then here we're going to slide the head side to side. So temptation or pitfalls here are turning the head. No, we want that same spot, back of the jawbone. It's like you're trying to bring your ear to the side. Second pitfall, the shoulders start moving. None of that. Shoulders have nothing to do with it. They stay in place. Head slides. If this is too far away, just bring the fingers closer to start. It's going to be a little frustrating if you've never done this before. If you grew up watching Bollywood movies, you're about it. You can just bring your fingers a little further away. But careful not to move the head forward, right? So I'm not going like this. Keep it right in line. So got like 5, 2, 1. Nice. All right, just shake that out a little bit. It'll be a little frustrating. Look over the left, look over the right. Audible sighs. Highly recommend. This entire yoga class is really just an advertisement for the audible dramatic sigh. Get as many of those in as you can here. And in life, especially if you work from home, just let your partner know or invite them to class so that they can get it too, so they don't feel offended. I'm turning to the side so you can see me, but you can stay facing the screen. We're going into our head rolls here, so body stays still just like before, and chin tucks towards chest. We roll forward until you can't go any further, then up, up, back. Until you can't go any further, then chin tucks in towards chest. And you just continue that loop. So you're drawing a circle with your nose. Going into the full range of motion of the cervical spine of the neck. Keep breathing. Forgot to mention that. We are multitasking at all times, whether we like it or not, because we want to intentionally breathe fully in class. Keeping it slow, keeping it smooth, to the best of our ability. Now we'll change directions. Now it's like you're leading with the chin, so the head goes back, up, forward, forward. Scoop with the chin. Can't go forward anymore, so I come down. Can't go down anymore, so I scoop back and up. avoiding the temptation of getting the shoulders involved. It's very tempting. Got one more. Whew. All right, back to center. And just release that. I just like dropping my ears side to side, side to side, and we'll drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Right hand comes to land on top of the head. I'm not pulling, I'm just letting the gravity kind of do the work, just the weight of the hands enough. Left arm reaches away, as far away through the fingertips as I can, and then I gently touch it down, keeping that pull. I'm barely touching the ground at all. Give my head a little nod yes to find where the nicest stretch is in the side of that neck. Full breath here. And release that hand. Ear falls over to the left shoulder. Still staying tall, don't start leaning over. Left hand lands on top of the right side of the head, not pulling, just letting the weight be enough. And then the right arm reaches away, 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 slowly floating down to the ground. Wow, I feel like Death Parade today. Wearing black on black with my black dog. My hair looks black too, it's not. But I promise it won't be all doom and gloom today. Give the head a little nod to find the nicest spot for that stretch in the neck. We'll get some breath and joy in here later. Letting the shoulder melt away too. We'll release the hand. Head comes up through center. Inhaling, arms sweep up overhead. And exhale, bend over to the right. Left arm reaching over, side stretch, lateral bend. Inhale up through center. And exhale over to the left. So we're just going to connect body with movement here. No, breath with movement here. Inhaling up tall. Exhaling to the side. Inhaling up tall. And exhaling to the side. Got one more to each side. Then we meet back up in center. We'll twist it out to the right. Right hand lands behind your back. Left hand lands on the knee, chest opens to the side wall. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the left. So we're following the breath in to rise. And out like wringing out a sponge, we twist. In to rise. Out to twist. Once more to each side. Back to center. Elbows bend, hands come to the ears, and we give the wave out. Give them a wave out. Swiss, welcome my friend. Happy Sunday, happy weekend. And then palms come down, we're wiggling fingers side to side like playing piano. So we're just stretching out the hands and wrists here. Tops of the hands are being stretched here. Then palms flip, Hands are pressed back as far as they go. Fingers spread wide. Not moving my elbows, just my wrists, almost like tossing pizzas. Spent quite a few years teaching kids yoga, and the kids really loved all the metaphors, so you guys are kind of stuck with them as well. So we're tossing pizzas here, guys. It should feel a little fatiguing on the forearms, to be honest. That's how you know you're doing it right. And then we'll just give it a little shake out. You're shaking off water. For 3, 2, 1, 6 p.m. where you are. Got it. So this is like a nighttime cool down for you. We're keeping it nice and easy today. Alright, stillness in the hands. Easy like Sunday morning. Lucy, can you just shift a little bit? Okay, we're just gonna navigate around the pup. Sorry, bub. Alright, feet come nice and wide. She's very offended. We're just gonna drop the knees side to side. Oh, you know what? Let's actually wake up the feet. Spread the legs out in front. Spread and scrunch the toes. Come here. Lay down. Okay, bye. Roll out the ankles. Go ahead. You can lay down there. Roll out the feet in the other direction. We'll take the knees, the feet nice and wide, and just drop the knees side to side. You can let one knee start and let the other knee follow. It can feel really nice. Just dragging it side to side. Both knees fall over to the right. I'm going to bring them in a bit so that my knee is on the, not on top, but like pressed up against the arch, making a zigzag with my legs. It's called stag, almost like a lightning bolt. Hands come to frame the right knee. And on the inhale, I press open like proud pigeon. Shoulder blades pressed together, deep breath in. And exhaling will wave forward. Belly, chest, head. It's like my belly button wants to touch the wall in front. It can't, so it starts lowering. Heart is reaching towards the wall in front, and then head. And then I'm going to roll up like through cat pose, one vertebra at a time, like a wave. Back up. So we're basically taking that movement from the neck earlier, the cervical spine, bringing it into the whole spine. Exhale, waving down. Belly, chest, head. Inhale, rolls you up to starting point. Got a couple more like that. Just follow your own breath pace. So if it's faster or slower than me, don't feel trapped by my pacing. Always you're trying to slow down the breath, deepen the breath. So we're opening up the space between the vertebra and the spine. We're warming up the fascia, that connective tissue around the whole body, surrounding our muscles. Next time you land, belly, chest, head, let yourself land all the way. So sometimes I'll stack fists, put a fist on top of one another to rest my head on. You can put a block or a stack of books under the head or a pillow. We're only here for a moment, or the head might reach the ground. Really, we just want the whole body to be relaxed, melted away here, so we can stretch this inner right glute and hip. We just got deep breaths here. Every exhale really just brings even more relaxation into the body. We press the hands into the ground to come back up to seated. knees. And let's bring a little strengthening into this. So with the hands by the hips behind, I'm just going to bring the feet to 90 degrees, or this leg rather, this left leg to 90 degrees here. Or I take it back. So instead of forward, we're bringing the leg further back, as far back as it'll go at that angle, and then 90 degrees here. All right. So here we've got the hands here for support, and we're gonna lift. Try to lift the ankle and the knee at the same time, without swaying, without like it being a seesaw motion. So even I have to kind of concentrate here. We lift and lower. So I'm engaging this whole outside of the left leg. Lift, lower. This is like, okay, my leg's not going anywhere. Like, what? How are you even? Just lean forward a bit, and that's going to give you, so you can decide how much you need to lean to make that possible. The higher up, the more you have your chest over your hips, the more difficult it is. So you want to get to that edge where it's as difficult as it can be without being impossible. So if you're up here and the leg doesn't move at all, okay, then shift it forward like 10 degrees. Just keep going those like 10 degrees until you find, okay, it's possible. It's difficult, but it's possible. And we just got like 3 more here. So we're really strengthening this medial glute, hip area as well, outside of the leg. And last one. Good work. All right, let's drop the knees left and right, just a couple times. The next time the knees fall over to the left, let them land far enough away that they're not stacked on top of one another. Hands come to frame the left knee. Inhale, opens up the chest, shoulder blades pulled together. And exhale, we wave down. Belly, chest, head. Remember, it's for length. We're reaching forward, but because our hips are attached, we have to go down. Rolling up one vertebra at a time. Following the breath out like a wave to roll down. Belly, chest, head. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Heavy head comes up last. Connecting the speed of your body to the length of your breath. And the next time you exhale, belly, chest, head, no rush to get there, will come to land. Head can come onto stacked fists or the ground. And the whole body melts away. So we're not a perpetual push-up here. Everything's relaxed. We're just breathing into that left glute, left hip that we just strengthened, right? Through that exercise, and now we're stretching it out. Release any clenching in the jaw, any tension in the shoulders, it all melts away. And press the hands into the ground to come back up to seated. And this leg's nice as far back behind you. Bring it to 90 degrees at the knee, flexing through the foot. and begin to lift. One side might be different than the other. Trying to keep the ankle and the knee in alignment with one another. As we lift, engaging, squeezing here. So we're lifting and lowering, nice and gentle, but with control, with purpose. Nice. We just got 4 more. Strengthening this side body. Hip stabilizing movements are great, especially as we age. We want to have that stability. We got 1 more. Nice. Drop the hands back. Just drop the knees side to side, side to side. And then we'll bring the feet together, let the knees splay open, Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose on the rug so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And just take your hands and we're just gonna give our feet a bit of a massage here. So I'm just using my thumbs to kind of press into the arches of my feet or wherever kind of feels good. A little self-care Sunday type stuff happening here. All the while, my knees are just kind of relaxing. We're kind of just passively letting all of that we were just stretching out kind of relax away. So I'm going to get the feet a little bit more. I like opening my feet almost like a book. Kind of gives a stretch to the outside of the ankles as well. It's nothing crazy. I just like been working on opening the feet like a book for a really long time, and it gives you more surface area to play with too when you're giving yourself a massage. Alright, then from here you can keep the grip on the hands or grab onto the ankles or the shins, wherever's accessible to you, to sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in, and exhale, we fold forward just like before. Belly, it's like belly's trying to touch the toes, chest, and then head's actually reaching past it instead of curling down. I'm using the leverage of holding onto my ankles to press my elbows into my knees. So there's a fulcrum here. That's the lever right there. Now let my shoulders melt away. Deep breath in here and out. It might feel good for you to release your head heavy, but if that brings any pain to your lower back, like for me it brings a little pain to my lower back, so instead of doing that I just keep my nose reaching towards just beyond my toes. I'm not arched like this either or all the way down. I just try to keep my head nice and neutral so my spine can continue in a long line, although I'm rounding at my lower back. And every inhale, I find a little more space, like the crown of my head has a string pulling me towards the screen, towards you guys. And every exhale, I press my elbows into my knees just a little bit deeper. It's not like the deepest stretch of my life ever, but I'm just finding a little extra stretch with every exhalation. Bring it back up through center. Knees come together. Nice. And dropping the knees over to the right. Let's come into tabletop. Facing the front of the mat. Let me just... There we go. And we'll tuck the fingers spread wide. We'll tuck the toes under, hips press up high for downward facing dog. First downward dog of class, probably of the day. It is for me. We'll bend one knee and then the other. So beginning to walk out your dog, just waking up the backs of the legs here. Let the hips drop side to side. then coming to stillness, find your distance. The closer your feet are to your hands, the deeper the stretch in the feet. The farther your feet are from your hands, the deeper the stretch in the shoulders. Finding that spot in between that feels right to you. Let the head be heavy. You can give it a little nod, yes. A little shake, no, to release the shoulders. Inhaling, heels rise up off the ground. And exhale, the heels press down towards the ground, whether they touch or not, regardless. Inhaling through the nose onto tiptoes. Exhale, let it go. Once more like that. Then bend deep in the knees and walk the hands back, back, back towards the feet. Roll it all the way up to stand. One vertebra at a time. Heavy head comes up last. Nice. Arms sweep up when you get there. And exhale, hands to heart center. Okay. So you're going to continue opening up the space, all the spaces in the spine and the back. Bring your feet about hips distance apart. That's 2 fist distances apart from one another. That's the trick. So, body dysmorphia in our society. Almost nobody knows how wide their hips are. There's a little foolproof trick for you. So we got the feet apart from one another. Releasing the arms down by the sides. Deep breath in. The exhale, chin tucks down towards chest, and we're going to roll down 1 vertebra at a time. The arms are totally relaxed. It's called a Jefferson curl. So I'm pressing the edges of my feet into the ground, pinky side edges into the ground for stability. I'm keeping my legs straight. So I only come down as far as I can until my knees need to bend. And then when I get to that point, that's the stopping point at the bottom. Then rolling back up, we go 1 vertebra at a time. So my legs are pretty active. They're pressing into the ground and almost like I'm spreading the mat apart. But everything else is basically relaxed. So my shoulders and arms are not doing any of the work. And this is going to be more than 1 breath to get up and down. So it takes, I'm going super slow motion, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time. I'm just taking my time, breathing fully, making sure the shoulders are relaxed, arms are relaxed. The head is also relaxed. We just got 1 more like this. So this movement, this exercise opens up the back side body. So much like our neck exercise in the beginning, it opens up the spaces between the vertebrae, the hamstrings, the lower back, the glutes, everything on the back side body is activated through this exercise, this movement. So we bring it back to center. Deep breath in. Let it go. Okay. Hands come onto hips for stability. And we'll just roll out the right ankle. Changing directions. And the right knee opens out to the side, like a cabinet door opening. And then notice the weight is in the left leg. Has this hip drop down? Don't drop it down. Keep the hips square. Drag the right foot into the left ankle. And maybe you lift it up just enough so that just the tiptoe is on the ground. Glutes are squeezed tight, helping to open this hip even more. And then option to maybe bring the foot up to the calf. Not the knee, but the calf. From here, it might feel nice to bring the foot up to the inner thigh. You can use your hand to help get you there. I do. But still, there's a pressing forward to keep this knee back. So this foot is not on top of my thigh. I'm not doing this like flamingo thing. Nope. Foot's on the inside. I'm squeezing my glutes, pulling that knee into alignment. The knee is not in front of me. Like I'm between two panes of glass. It's straight out to the side. Right now it's in front. Now it's behind. I do that by pressing my hips forward, engaging my glutes. Bottom leg is strong. The foot is naturally arranging and rearranging, redistributing the weight. So at first glance, when you first start playing with balance, that feels like you're wobbly. It's like, oh, I'm so wobbly. And it's actually your foot just compensating for all the weight that it's bearing. And once your mind starts to panic, it begins to overcompensate. It's okay. It's like learning to walk. You just get up and try again. Vrksasana Tree Pose. Hands can come to meet at heart center. If you're feeling pretty confident here, you can let this little heart seed grow up through the center. And branch open. Still it's full breathing. As the foot grounds down, the head stays rising up. And we release it in reverse. Releasing the hands, releasing the foot. Temptation is to shake out this leg, but just give it a moment and do it all with intention, not autopilot. Got the rest of the day to be on autopilot, hopefully not. But now we just want to have intention, roll it out mindfully instead of just trying to shake off the discomfort. Right? Playing with pressing into the discomfort in class to see what shows up. Better handle that situation off the mat. Left knee opens out to the side, drag it in. Notice if this left hip's going to want to drop down, don't let it, keep it engaged. Maybe lifting that foot so just the tip toe is on the ground. Maybe the foot slides up to the inner calf, or even the inner thigh. But even if you know, like, okay, you're like, yeah, I'm definitely can get my foot up to the inner thigh, I'm proud of myself, I just got there, or like, I know how to do this, awesome, and still go through all of the steps, ankle, calf, inner thigh, because there might be something for you in one of those steps that is of more value. Doesn't mean, like the leg up here, it's not a level system, it's not beginner, intermediate, advanced at all. It's just a different shape to be in. Just keep that in mind with this pose, with all poses. Foot's pressing into the leg, glutes are squeezed tight, my hips are pressing forward, keeping this knee in alignment. The knee's not in front of me, it's to the side of me. You know, beginner, intermediate, advanced, like these are just marketing terms. There's always more to go. And I think also when people see beginner, it feels more accessible, so you feel like you stand a chance maybe if you haven't done this before. And there's validity towards that. Or maybe you are trying to work on your, scorpion handstand to chaturanga without smashing your toes, and so you're going to go to an advanced class, all that jazz. Like, that's all fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I definitely have taught my fair share of marketing heavy yoga classes. But the idea that your practice is beginner, intermediate, or advanced is just, I don't know, it's not really yoga. You're either in the practice or you're not, is what I'm trying to say. So whether you've been in this pose this whole time that I've been talking, or you keep falling out, or you're deciding if you want to go back in or not, is it even worth it? Like, yes it is, like go for it, like get back into the pose, like, you're in the practice now. So don't get hung up on getting to the next step or getting to the next level. Just be here now. If it felt good to have your hands rising up through heart center, I hope you didn't wait for me because I just remembered about the branching out. I just got one more breath here. And we'll return it like pressing rewind, floating the foot down. Taking a moment, don't shake out that right leg right away. Just notice there's an impulse to alleviate discomfort. Something wrong with that impulse, you just want to notice it. So we're not reacting, we're responding. Oh, I have that impulse. Okay, now if you're like dying, if you really want to shake it out, you know, go for it. Because we're actually heading into the shaking portion of our class. Give the other leg a shake out. I'm going to give the whole body a shake out. So as we begin to bounce here, you might give yourself a little jump. If you're not into jumping, you can just lift the heels. Wait, here we go. Lift the heels and let them drop down with soft knees to create this like earthquake jiggle kind of situation going on. So we're looking for that jiggle. Hands can shake out, shaking with water. Let the shoulders lift and drop, lift and drop. It's just building up some movement here. If you can't jump around, you can take up the entire space of your yoga mat. Just really letting Lucy's up there. Yep, just like that. We're basically doing that. Just resetting the nervous system. Shake it off. Literally, animals do it all the time. Alright, the next part of this is our 4-part breath. It's called breath of joy. It's 3 sips of air in, no exhale out. It's just in, and a big ha out. So it looks like this. Inhale, 33% of your air capacity, arms sweep forward. Inhale, 33% of your air capacity, arms sweep out. Inhale, the rest of your lung capacity in, and a big ha out as the belly drops, arms sweep back. So, in, ha, in, ha, in, ha. Yell as loud as you want. Ha! 3 more. If you haven't joined in yet, now's your chance. Ha! Ha! Last one. Your arms release down by your sides, eyes can close, feet come nice and wide, maybe a hand comes to the heart, hand comes to the belly. We'll just take a moment here to arrive. Notice what showed up for you. An increase in heart rate, increase in body temperature. What else? And whatever shows up is just fine. Whatever embarrassment for being embarrassed. If you could live completely alone, you're like, I'm too embarrassed to do this. You want to notice that. Who's watching? Or fear of being judged if you don't live alone or you live in an apartment complex. Someone might hear you or see you. Or anything else. What is holding you back from going all in? And when you do go all in, what shows up? Gently blink the eyes open. Might take a sip of water. Towel off your face. Sweat built up, perhaps. Just gonna turn my mat to you guys. Take a sip. Yes, Linda, love it. Awesome. Good, I'm so glad. It's like my favorite. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I always do it with you guys, so it's good. All right, so if you're on the floor already, stay there. If you're not, we're just coming to the end of the mat. I just turned my mat, so I'm closer to you guys. Arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, bend in the knees, deep, 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 so deep that we come to seated. So I'm saying if you're already on the ground, just stay there. Okay. So now here we are in seated. Turn to the side. Extend your right leg long. Left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. Sorry. This is your left leg. Left leg is long. Right foot's on the inside of the left thigh. Yeah. Okay. Right hand comes on to right knee. We're just going to give a twist away. And back. It's like half a breath. Just inhale. Back to center. This foot is flexed. Hands pressed down by the sides. Deep breath in to get tall. And exhale, we hinge forward. Belly, chest, head. Just like before. It's like belly is trying to reach the toes, chest is trying to reach the toes, nose is trying to reach the toes. Back of my leg is pressed into the ground, so you can put your hand underneath the knee and then flex the foot and see if you can press into that hand. That's how you know that leg's engaged. So even with that leg super engaged, years and years of practice, like the back of my knee still doesn't touch the ground. It's okay. We're not looking for hyperextension, we're just looking for an effort, a direction for the body to be moving in. Then the hands can come onto the leg or down by the sides, and then just notice this right shoulder is going to want to pop up so that this shoulder can go further, but we're staying even, so pull it back into alignment. My shoulders are nice and level, even if it means this hand has to be pulled back. It's okay. It's not a race on which hand can reach first. We're trying to get both of the hands, right, forward. Meanwhile, this right knee is pressing into the ground. I'm using it as leverage, as a pressing off point to get my top body even closer to my foot. Janu Vrksasana, it means forehead to knee pose, but really we're trying to get like chin to shin, nose to toes. Like, right, your nose aren't going to touch your toes. It's the whole point. We're just trying to lengthen the body. Full breathing here. And then bringing it back up to seated. You're the right hand back behind you. Press into the heel to lift the hips up and bring this right knee underneath. Left arm reaches up and over, side plank, or supported side plank. So I'm pressing through the pinky side edge of my left foot, reaching through my left hand, opening the side body, and then sweeping it forward to come back to seated. Yeah? Cool, cool. Don't stress if you missed that. It's all good, it's all good. We're bringing it to the other side now. The right leg is extended long, left knee's pressed away. Inhale to get nice and tall, and exhale to release belly, chest, head towards the foot. It's all reaching forward. Left knee's pressing down and back, or down to help the hips stay squared back, and the top of the body reaching towards the foot. Notice this time it's going to be the left arm that pops up so that you can reach and just correct it. Fight that urge. Keep the shoulders level with the ground. Janu Vrksasana. Back of the legs pressing towards the ground. We do that by flexing the foot. Trying to minimize the space between knee and ground. We never press down on the knee from the top. Ever. We're just using this. We are just doing this through our own muscle strength of our own leg. Not of our hands. None of that craziness. No. It's okay if your knee's like a lot more bent. That's all good. You're just working towards straightening that out. It's okay if you're up here, even. Okay? Wherever you're at, it's just fine. We've just got a couple breaths here. See if on the exhales you can find a little relaxation, a little letting go here, even in the discomfort of the posture. I'm walking the hands back up. Left hand lands behind you. Lean back, but press it down. We're going to press the right toes in, drop the right foot in, pressing that into the ground. We lift the hips for a side plank. So I'm supported by my left knee on the ground, and I'm reaching over with my right hand. Pinky side edge of the right foot, fingertips of the right hand. I'm reaching in opposite directions for a side stretch. And then I let it come forward and come back to seated. All right. Giving the knees a hug in. Let's roll it back. Make sure there's nothing behind you, no singing bowls, no water bottles. We'll rock side to side. All right, we've been working quite a bit on the hips. That's what I wanted to work on today. So let's give another deep stretch. So dropping the feet down to the ground. We're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh. So right ankle crosses over left thigh. Knee presses away. Hands are down by the sides, shoulders tucked under. So making like a square here, figure 4. And I'm lifting hips, lower back, middle back, and chest. So in a figure 4 bridge pose. Deep breath here. Right knee stacked over right ankle. And lowering in reverse. Shoulders, middle back, lower back, hips. Then using just core strength, the left thigh pulls in towards the body. I'm going to reach my hands through. Right hand through that little like bagel hole. And left arm on the outside of the leg. Grabbing behind the left thigh, this foot's just relaxed. The right foot's flexed. I'm going to use my elbow just like in the beginning of class for that bound ankle stretch. I'm pressing the knee away as this thigh pulls in towards the body. Shoulders are totally relaxed away. I'm not using any shoulder strength. It's like a bicep curl that I'm pulling this left thigh in. So I pull the thigh in, the elbow presses the knee away. This whole area should feel nice and stretched. Full breathing here. Then gently release the interlace from behind the leg. Drop the left foot down. The right leg crosses over like you're crossing your legs in a chair. And drop both knees over to the left. Right arm opens up like the letter T. You can look over this shoulder for a supine twist. So this is like the reclining twist that we always do, but the legs are in a different variation. If this isn't as comfortable for you, you can go into the other variation that we've practiced all month. But this can feel kind of nice and can get a little deeper depending how your body feels. And then you don't even need the hand on top of the knee because it's already being pulled over. So the whole body's really relaxed here. The only effort is the right shoulder pressing down towards the ground. Bring the head back up through center. Bring the knees up through center. Uncross the ankles. Uncross the legs. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. This right heel's close to the body. Hands are down by the sides. Shoulders tuck under. And then we press the hips up. Hips, lower back, middle back. Shoulders tuck under. I'm pressing this left knee down and away for a figure 4 bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Breathing fully here. Glutes are engaged. Hips are pressing towards the sky. And then we release in reverse. Shoulders relax. Upper, middle, lower back. Hips touch down. A moment. And then using just core strength, the right thigh pulls in towards the body. So, temptation is to just use your arms, but instead we want to use the leg strength, the core strength, and then the hands reach through. Left hand reaches through that little donut hole created. The right hand reaches around the right leg. That leg flops. The left foot, heels pressing away. I'm using my left elbow pressing into my left knee. So as my right thigh pulls in towards my body, my left knee is pressed away. Reclining pigeon, reclining figure 4 stretch. Shoulders are melted away. I'm just using bicep strength here for the stretch. Gently release the grip from behind the knee. Let the foot come down to the ground. And this left leg crosses all the way over the right thigh. So knees are next to one another. And gently drop the knees over to the right. Left arm opens up like the letter T. Right arm can open up too. It's palms face open to the skies. Helps open the chest. And the head can look over towards the left fingertips. We're pressing the left shoulder towards the ground. So shoulder blades in contact, in connection with the ground. Otherwise the whole body's relaxed. Head comes back through center, knees come back through center, uncross the knees. Give the knees a hug in, and then notice, is there any last movement or wiggle or stretch that's calling for you as we wind down and prepare for Savasana, final relaxation pose? Doesn't have to have a fancy yoga name, doesn't have to have a name at all. Just letting your body kind of intuitively move through whatever last stretch it would like, so it would feel the most balanced out, most prepared to rest, most satisfied ending to your practice. And as we prepare for Savasana, final relaxation pose, it might also look like grabbing a blanket for over your body, putting on socks, as our body temperatures do lower during this next pose. Whatever preparation is necessary. I'll be seated up so I can play some singing bowls for you, but you can stay laying down for Savasana. So it's fully reclined on your back with legs at least a foot apart from one another, legs so relaxed that the feet splay apart. Shoulders are supporting your back, so they're a little bit pressed in. Hands land at least 6 inches away from the body, palms face open, a symbol, a mudra of receptivity. Allow yourself to receive the full benefits of your effort today. The head is centered, looking up towards the sky. If it's comfortable, the eyes can close. If not, just a soft gaze towards the ceiling, towards the sky is just fine. If laying flat on your back brings any pain to your lower back, just roll a towel, a blanket, or a pillow and place it underneath your knees. A soft bend to the knees will alleviate that lower back pain. We want to avoid that. And we'll start this just like we did our seated meditation with 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Audible sigh. Allow the breathing to continue just through the nose if that's available, returning to a natural pace. Invite space between top and bottom teeth as the jaw hangs heavy and the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. And the muscles around the lips and jaw relax. The muscles of the nose and cheeks relax. Inviting your exhalations to lengthen and become longer, deeper than your inhalations. Every exhale sinking you deeper and heavier into the ground below you. Like lead sinking into hot sand. And eyes rest heavy in their sockets. Eyelids just barely touching. The space between the eyebrows broadens as the muscles in the forehead relax. muscles surrounding the ears, head, all rest. Neck and throat release. Shoulders melt away. Upper arms and elbows relax. Lower arms and wrists release. And palms, backs of the hands, knuckles, fingers, fingertips, fingernail beds, whole hands alive with vibration, whole hands alive with creative potential. Integrate all that you practice. Upper back, middle, and lower back. Rest heavy on the earth. Chest naturally rising and falling. Belly naturally rising and falling with the breath. And pelvis, glutes, and hips rest heavy. Upper legs and knees release. Lower legs and ankles relax. Heels, arches, tops of the feet, toe ball mounds, and all of the toes relax. Whole body resting. Whole body rests. Whole body rests. Allow for everything that did and did not happen in class today. And know that in yoga, practice always makes practice. Nothing more, nothing less. And gently invite your inhalations to deepen and become longer than your exhalations. And every inhale brings you towards the surface of your body, that feeling of heaviness replaced with a feeling of lightness, expansion. As fingers begin to curl, toes begin to wiggle. Movement back into the body, and the head can nod side to side. Arms reach up overhead for a full body stretch. And let the knees bend and roll over to whichever side feels natural, landing in a fetal position, fully released and fully supported by the earth below you. Bring to mind any intention or dedication you set for a class today, or take this opportunity to set an intention now. And if that intention inspires you, take it with you off the mat and into the world. Allow it to affect you and the people around you for the rest of your day. With eyes still closed or gently lowered, press your hands into the ground to come up to a seated position, just like how we started class. Hands come to meet at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Today we practiced a restorative yoga class, movement practice, focusing on opening and unlocking mobility in the spine. The first namaste is said silently to yourself, thanking your body for the effort it put into class. And the second namaste is said out loud to one another and everyone who held this space. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everyone who joined this morning or evening for you, Swiss, or evening for anybody else as well. I appreciate your presence, your effort, your company. I hope you found something in class that serves you. Just take your time. Namaste, namaste, my friends. Papa Mario. I'm gonna drink lots of water. I just want to take it easy today. I was feeling, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed class. Lar 4444. I was so tired yesterday. I wanted to take it easy, and then I still powered through class. And today I was just like, you know what? Let's just do an easier class. And there's still challenging bits in there. So if you were like, what? That's easy? Like, don't feel any type of way about it. It's not a judgment or anything. But I think we'll probably take it, at least the first half of this week, we'll take it easy. I'll work on keeping the energy nice and relaxed and flowy these next couple days, as my body needs. And a couple of you, Oya being one of them, has been here like every day. So you might be feeling like, I don't want to speak for you, or anyone else who's been here every day, but I feel like we've been going pretty strong. So I just want to bring the energy back down in a good way. Like wearing all black for a funeral, but like bring the energy down and keep it, bring some gentle yoga aspects into class for the next couple days. So if you're into that, you're of course welcome. Thanks, Sam. That made me feel way better. Papa Mario. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad. I definitely, my intention is that people leave this class feeling better than they did walking in. Oya Hydrangea, you're welcome. Much love from me to you, as always. So, I want this class to, it's yoga. I want it to flow, so I don't want to call it anything other than a yoga class. because some days will be more restorative, more meditation, and some will be more power yoga. Let's get things done. I'm going to teach you how to chaturanga, and we're going to go through so many, versions of it, and there's value in that. But this next couple days, I want to just do more gentle, more restorative type stuff. Maybe even a yin class, but I have to prep a little bit for that because that is